Man, what's up, early birds? Hey, I ain't even had this set up. What's up, early birds? Hey, I been. I know it's weird. I know it's weird seeing me up this early now. I used to always be up this early, but look, I don't know what's going on, but it's something happened in the bathroom and they called the police. I don't know what she found in the bathroom, but whatever she discovered, she has called police behind it.
I'm calling because we just received an anonymous tip that someone has a camera in our employee bathroom and is uploading videos online.
In our place.
Oh, yeah, lock them up.
Police department. Police department.
You still haven't raised my charges. What's our charges? You're not supposed to be judgmental to anybody's crimes, by the way.
On July 19th, 2022, the police in Ann Arbor, Michigan responded to the Briarwood shopping mall after receiving this unusual call about video footage from a store bathroom being
Yeah.
uploaded online.
Lock 'em up,
Horrifically,
yeah.
the resulting investigation into a tech-savvy peeping Tom would spread throughout the city of Ann Arbor. The final number of cameras and victims is enough to make your skin crawl.
Wait,
The following footage has never been seen before. After receiving the 911 call, an officer headed out to the Briarwood Mall to get more information about the camera supposedly hidden in the bathroom of the store Altered State. The story the manager on duty had to tell was a strange one.
look, I want to know how long the camera was in there.
This morning, it was my boss who took the phone call. I don't know what time it was this morning from a restricted number. He was like, it's a restricted website. You're not going to find it, but I just wanted to let you know.
The responding officer headed to the bathroom to take a look for herself. Notably, the bathroom was usually reserved for employees, which significantly narrowed down the pool of suspects.
And did you go through all the toilet paper?
We did. We moved it around a little bit. We could probably look through it again because some of them were like
that?
sideways, yeah, on that shelf. But I mean, I don't know how. I know they can be tiny.
Police would learn soon enough that the employees at Altered State were not the only ones to have their privacy violated. In an unanticipated shocker, the police would find over 200 hidden camera videos from no less than 7 different bathrooms throughout the city over the next month and a half. All were filmed without consent between January and July 2022. Horrifically, this included illegal images of children. The depravity didn't stop there. When searching the offender's laptop, the police found he had engaged with online adult websites, where images and personal information of unknowing victims were distributed. Police suspected the culprit intended to participate in such exchanges after they found additional images of the victims taken from social media downloaded to his laptop. At the onset of the investigation, however, police had no idea how extensively the privacy of many residents of Ann Arbor had been breached.
Yeah, if you post that up, you can.
So y'all, look, y'all heard at the beginning. So he had the nerve to say you shouldn't try to judge nobody on their crimes. First off, I want to know how you was in the back of that police car in one piece. Let it be, man.
See the spot where the dust was like cleared off at.
But even though the officer looked in the vent and light fixture herself, no camera was found.
Did you find anything in the restroom there or no? No, but everything's ripped apart so everybody can look. Like we ripped apart the vent of the toilet, the light switch, the switch by the sink. Like we've ripped everything apart and we're not finding anything.
Even though the anonymous caller believed the video he saw was a live stream, he could have been mistaken. The working theory was that the culprit could have put the camera up at the start of a shift and then taken it home to upload the footage. Something else the anonymous caller said prevented the current lack of evidence from stonewalling the investigation.
And then he's like, do you have a tall African American or Hispanic male who works for you? Which we do. We have one male that's tall African American that works here. And he goes, I would look there.
The man fitting the caller's description was 36-year-old Eric Deshaun Morton. This was not his first run-in with police.
But everyone said he was going to the bathroom a lot last night, and they thought that he just like was trying to not work.
It seemed likely that Eric was up to something far more nefarious than just slacking, especially when the manager added that he made a habit of using the ladies' restroom rather than the men's room. When he was previously asked about this, Eric made the excuse that
Hold on. Y'all need to be sued because what you mean made it a habit? So you let him make it a habit? You not go in your room. Quit being weird. Oh man, HR man, if y'all don't sue HR, get paid. Stop playing.
He used the ladies' room because it was stocked with gloves, which he said he liked to wear while he worked. On July 22nd, Ann Arbor police sought a better explanation when they showed up at Eric's apartment with a search warrant and a master key from the property manager.
Can I replace? Can I replace?
He's moving upstairs.
Yep. Police department. Police department.
Police department, come on out with your hands up. Come on out, hands up. Hands up, where we see him. Last section. Don't got nothing on you to worry about?
Oh, just detain him until
Yeah, we can do that.
Is there anyone else inside the house?
There's my son inside there.
How old is he?
6 years old.
6 years. Okay.
Where's he at?
You're good. He's upstairs right now.
Is he awake?
Yes, he is.
Is he the only one in?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Here, can you go ahead and
Nothing on
see?
you?
Are you good if I bring your son down here to you?
Yes, I can get him.
After learning that Eric's son was present, the officers decided to uncuff him. They escorted his son outside to play and brought out some snacks to keep the child occupied while the search progressed. This isn't necessarily protocol, but rather a considerate way to avoid traumatizing a child. One of the first things the investigators might have noticed when they entered the living room was a laptop computer open in front of the couch. A pen camera containing a micro SD card was connected via USB. A little more investigation revealed the presence of several additional laptops and tablets, including this file organizer of MacBooks. While this might seem like a lot of equipment, this was just the beginning of what the police found. When going through one of the bedrooms, they found a small black bag containing more hidden cameras, some of which were like the pen camera found in the living room. Memory cards, adapters, and external hard drives were also inside. Finally, Eric's phone and several unopened Amazon boxes were also collected as possible evidence. Eric wasn't taken into custody at this time, as simply owning these items wasn't a punishable offense. However, the electronics were all sent for forensic analysis. Over the next month and a half, computer forensics experts discovered his stash of more than 200 secretly recorded videos of people using the bathroom. And that was only the beginning of what Eric had been up to. On September 6th, 7 weeks exactly since the initial investigation at Altered State, the police tracked Eric down at his other job at a local hotel. Little did he know when he showed up for his shift that he was in for quite an unpleasant surprise.
How are you?
Hello. How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Wonderful.
Sorry.
Come here.
Sure.
Well,
Yes.
Everyone.
Turn off this right bumper.
You don't work for your husband.
Okay.
One of the officers went to the building next door to retrieve a manager to cover the rest of Eric's shift, while the others on the scene proceeded with the arrest. You might notice that Eric wasn't read his Miranda rights. Ideally, only the detective who interviews a suspect will do this. Arresting officers are not supposed to ask questions about the case. However, anything a suspect says unprompted before they're advised of their rights would still be admissible in court. In these instances, the officers should not respond, as asking further questions could render the information non-admissible.
Let's keep your feet spread off.
No, sir.
Stop searching. It's policy.
I understand that.
This wasn't the first encounter Eric had had with law enforcement. He'd previously been arrested back in 2015, coincidentally by some of the same officers. In May 2015, Eric was arrested after a woman caught him filming her through a peephole while she used a porta potty. Further investigation revealed more of Eric's disturbing behavior. In 2022, Eric was confronted by a coworker who found a camera disguised as a phone charger in the women's restroom. It was plugged in and facing the toilet. Eric insisted it was a regular phone charger and fled with the device. Unsurprisingly, he was fired from his job. Though the basic facts of the case were already beyond the pale, the case escalated to a whole new level when the police found an appalling 7,000 videos of unclothed or partially clothed people in Eric's possession. Some had even been recorded in a private residence. They also found images taken up women's skirts, which suggested he had a camera device attached to his shoe. This particular unpleasant collection dated all the way back to 2010. He'd also been arrested for similar actions in
No. He had to be stopped, y'all. You have a shoe camera? A shoe camera. You had a shoe camera walk around in public looking under dresses, y'all. With a shoe camera. On top of putting all these secret cameras in the bathroom, getting caught at one job with the USB camera. So he like, you know what? That's too noticeable. So I gotta get a better. So he kept getting better and better cameras, and nobody. The HR at that job, y'all suck. Talking about he always used the women's bathroom. Y'all need to be fired. It's too much going on. No, he had a shoe camera looking up.
2006, though this was cleared from his record through a program for young first-time offenders.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm sorry.
Oh, last name though. So, I mean, you gotta be booked. This is not like anything investigatory.
I mean, you guys know my last name.
I do not know who you are.
Oh, wow.
I'll do this.
The police were able to retrieve Eric's information from the arrest warrant and proceed with the booking. However, there was one more surprise in store for the night.
And the thumb drive that you just took also belongs in the wallet too.
Right, we're gonna seize that one.
Are you gonna put it on my property as well?
Now this will go into evidence.
The thumb drive contained exactly what you'd expect.
I don't think you guys ever told me what the warrant was for.
Let's read it. What? Capturing and distributing image of unclothed person.
After his arrest on September 6th, Eric paid his set bail of $100,000. But just a few days later, police were tracking him down yet again on September 15th.
I still haven't got my charges, sir.
What's that?
I still haven't got my charges of what I'm being arrested for.
Same thing you were.
Well, can you please tell me my charges specifically, please? You still haven't made my charges. What's our charges?
Yep, another like 14 counts of your video stuff. We got more. The same stuff that you were arrested for a week ago.
Okay. And this is a pending investigation, if you guys already know that.
Okay, but there's more charges, so more times equals more charges.
Yeah, it's gonna get squashed in the same case, though.
Oh, okay.
What I mean by squashed is gonna get put together in the same case. It's not two separate cases. So everything they found, they said they found it is under the same case, pretty much.
No.
Because the investigation is still pending.
So
So
say you walk into a crowded building and you punch 15 people in the face in one time period, right? That's 15 different victims. Each victim is a different case.
okay, so that person gets arrested and he bails out. How in the world is he getting charged again for the 15 people has already been done, right? So
maybe it was actually 18 people and 3 more people didn't know what had happened and then they came forward and you would have those new charges.
So how come the charge not just added to the original case that was?
It's not just adding because you can't be rearrested on something you were already arrested for.
Even more of Eric's hidden bathroom cameras were found after his arrest in 2022. It seems like getting caught never became a deterrent for Eric. Though he'd previously served time for similar actions, some timestamps on his recordings even showed that he continued his ways on the same day he was discharged, leading to his present arrest. But despite the overwhelming evidence against him, Eric attempted to shift the blame away from himself.
Hey, detective.
He wants to ask.
Yeah, detective. You know the phone. You know the phone that you took.
Yeah.
That's not my phone.
Okay, it's in your possession, man.
Yeah, I know it's in my possession. But it's
Who's it belong to?
it belongs to my brother's friends.
Let me just do what I need to do with it, and if I can prove that it's nothing that I need, I'll turn it back
My
over.
lawyer will be in contact with you. Okay.
Sounds good.
Eric's mood did not improve on the way to the police station.
Oh yeah, by the way, officer, when you say that I do worse stuff, you're supposed to be an officer of the law, not supposed to be judgmental to anybody's crimes like that. By the
What's
way,
that?
you're not supposed to be judgmental to anybody's crimes. By the way, I need your
The
badge
nerve
number. By the way,
of
I
him.
didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
no. When I say I do worse, when you say I do worse stuff when I was getting in the car,
No, when you said
you're not supposed to do
you
that.
don't fight, and I said you're right. It's worse.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to do that
Why am I not?
because you're not supposed to judge crimes. You're supposed to
I'm not
be
judging. What
okay.
are you talking about?
All right, man.
Unlike the previous case against him, 15 victims had been successfully identified in this one.
Hey, stranger.
In 2024, Eric was convicted of 13 felonies. Eric was sentenced to 8 to 20 years and will not be eligible for parole until 2030. The true number of Eric Morton's victims, along with the identity of the anonymous caller who started the investigation, will likely never be known. Until at least 2030, however, Ann Arbor remains safe from Eric's disturbing surveillance.
Hold on, yeah. Hold on. 'Cause I thought he just said something.
Likely never be known.
So, hold on, yeah. Hold on. Did you just say he eligible for parole in 2030? Who is? Who? Not him? No, he not. No, you not. What they mean he eligible for parole in 2030? I can't comprehend that. Talking about 8 to 20 years. 400? 1,000? Like what's up with the justice system? Y'all, what this man got 7,000 videos. And you talking about 8 to 20 years. Nah. His long head ass gotta go. He gotta go down. Long face ass. And then the fact that his jobs was letting him get away with what he was. That's why y'all, man, HR, if man, anybody who knows somebody who worked there, go get y'all money from that job. They owe y'all. Stop letting these jobs play with y'all, putting y'all in danger like that. This man over here putting cameras in the bathroom, going to the women's bathroom, and I know the females didn't want him in there. Look at his long biscuit. Man, come on. I know he is a creep. I know he gave off that creepy energy. I know he, like, bruh, I don't like HR. I don't know why. I just don't like HR. I don't even work. I ain't even there. I don't even work for your job, but I don't like your job, HR. They be trying to act like they don't hear nobody complaints until it's too late. Like, what do you mean 2030? Hey, it's 2026 right now, yeah. Y'all know that. And it's finna be March. Like, no. No. Not playing with y'all. Yeah, y'all. What y'all think about this? This rubbed me the wrong way. 8 to 20 years. That boy need at least 1,000. 1,200 minimum. 2,500 at least. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think. I don't trust nobody like that or nobody with a haircut like that. I'm just saying. It's certain. Right here is crazy. So this pregnant woman discovered her best friend's body in her backyard. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. I hate for anybody to go through that. But we finna see what happened. Like, was it an accident? Was it on purpose? Did somebody do it? Well, we gotta see.
Police department.
Back here, you guys please.
This pregnant woman has just made a horrifying discovery. Just after 3 a.m., she walks to the shed behind her family's home. Inside, she finds a man dead, shot in the head.
Who shot him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that was a man. Oh.
Oh, for
Within minutes, police learn the shooter has already fled, that he wasn't a random intruder, and that he was already wanted by police for his crimes. Then a witness speaks up, describing a man who was spiraling out of control.
Look, there's this kid that was hanging out here. He was disturbed. He was very disturbed. He was very delusional. I was talking to him. He had a gun on him.
In that moment, officers realize they're not just looking for a suspect, they're hunting someone extremely dangerous. What began as a shocking discovery in a backyard shed quickly became one of the most disturbing and high-risk manhunts Las Cruces, New Mexico has ever seen.
I thought it was gonna be something simple. No.
Put your hands up! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now!
We don't know much about Isaiah Joseph Ria's background. We do know that everyone called him Izzy and that he spent most of his life in Las Cruces in south central New Mexico, about 55 miles or 88 kilometers north of the Mexican border. Izzy was tall and brooding, usually wore his hair long on top but shaved on the sides. He also had a number of distinctive tattoos on his neck, face, and forehead that made it hard for him to blend into a crowd.
He's tall. He has long hair. He has like a
long mohawk.
Like
is garbage.
they look like lightning bolts on his face, like lightning.
Okay.
They're white. He has like a tattoo right here on the side of his face. It has like an X and like 4 circles. Like I don't know. He's tall. He's wearing a gray shirt and black a sweatsuit.
Somewhere along the line, Izzy began suffering from depression and delusions. And over the years, he had more than his fair share of run-ins with the law.
Hey, y'all, hold on, my bad. Yeah, whenever people still rocking a mohawk, watch them. I don't trust nobody with no mohawk. In a way, like, and especially if you got that friend who always trying to be delusional and paranoid, don't help them. They need to help themselves sometimes. You need to help them from a distance or in a crowded area where a lot of people where they won't crash out as bad. Not no confined area. Don't do that. I'm helping you. I just saved you.
In early 2022, a woman he was dating claimed that he sexually assaulted her. And later that year, another woman reported that he strangled her during an argument. Izzy pleaded not guilty to the charges. But in both cases, prosecutors tried to convince the court that he was a danger to society. That said, the arguments fell on deaf ears, and Izzy was released on bond both times. By 2024, he had been charged with a host of crimes, and a number of outstanding warrants were issued for his arrest. And, in hindsight, the prosecutor's premonitions were eerily accurate. It's unclear where 25-year-old Izzy Ria went, what he did, or who he was with on the evening of Sunday, April the 28th of 2024. But according to eyewitness accounts, he ended up at a home in the 1900 block of Princess Jean Drive shortly after 2 a.m. the following morning. A pregnant woman, 2 unidentified men, and the father of 2 young daughters named Steve Sanchez Jr., who turned 34 the day before, were already there when he arrived. We don't know if Izzy or the others were drinking or using drugs that night. Either way, his bizarre behavior and menacing presence put everyone on edge.
Look, there's this kid that was hanging out here. He was disturbed. He was very disturbed. He was very delusional. I was talking to him. He had a gun on him. And I got the gun away from him, and I was talking to him. I was trying to talk some sense into him. I was trying to tell him to get some help.
When was this?
This was earlier today. He has no grip on reality. He thinks that people are shapeshifters, and I don't know.
But thankfully, the tension went down a few notches when one of the men convinced Izzy to give him the handgun. Izzy had been there for about an hour when, for some reason, he, Steven Sanchez, and one of the other unidentified men got up and walked out to a shed in the backyard around 3:15 a.m. By then, Izzy had somehow managed to get his handgun back. Considering his behavior that morning, the pregnant woman was just glad to be rid of him, if only for a few minutes. And at that late hour, she really just wanted him to leave so she could unwind and get some much-needed sleep. But unfortunately, that was not to be. Instead, at least one piercing gunshot shattered the morning silence shortly after 3 men walked out to the darkness and entered that shed. Less than a minute later, the switchboard at the Mesilla Valley Regional Dispatch...
I don't know about this one. This sounds like a back door now. I heard 3 people went in, but only 2 came out. What happened to the other dude? Did he get shot? He better got shot too, because, man, I don't know. Something off. He gonna be like, I didn't know he was gonna do that. I was just
Dispatch authority lit up like a Christmas tree as 911 calls from concerned neighbors poured in. One of the first callers was the pregnant woman who had been with Izzy in the home on Princess Jean Drive. Officers from the Las Cruces Police Department arrived at the scene minutes later and found 34-year-old Steve Sanchez Jr. in the shed with at least 1 gruesome gunshot wound to the head.
Police department! Police department!
9-9, point of breakdown.
Back here, you guys, please.
Who shot him?
I don't know.
Sadly, he had already died by the time they got there. After the grisly discovery, the pregnant woman identified the suspect.
Do you have any information on the guy that did it?
His name is Izzy.
Huh?
I think his name is Izzy.
Izzy?
Yeah. He's dead.
Just a guy named Izzy. Izzy, yeah.
It happened here, right?
Yeah.
You don't know his real name or anything like that?
I don't know. I just know my was my mom's friend.
And was he on foot? Is he in a vehicle?
He ran off.
He's on foot.
Man, did you see it happen?
No.
No? How did you find out about it?
Because he came in running in. He's like, I thought he wanted me to. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I seen he had his gun. And I thought he was going to do something to me. And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, I thought he wanted me to. And I'm like, wanted you to what? Like, why would someone want you to shoot them? And then I ran back there with Disney. When I came back, he was gone. My door was open and everything. He was gone.
So the suspect came inside here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were in here and then they came into the back?
Yeah. When they were here, they were hanging out. My mom left somewhere real quick with her boyfriend and they were just hanging out with us, with me, till my mom got back. And
So did you hear anything? Or?
I didn't even hear the shots, or I did not even hear it.
So then he came inside and then what did he say?
He's like, I thought you wanted me to do it. I thought you wanted me to do it. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then when I seen his gun, I already knew what he meant. So when I ran outside, he took off.
Do you have any cameras?
Yeah, but I don't know where they're in my mom's room. My mom's room's locked up, but
Is that a camera right there?
yeah, but it's not plugged in.
And then there's the ones outside. She said her mom's the one that has access to them, but she's not even sure if they record.
Okay.
Meanwhile, officers in the backyard tried to piece together a series of events that led to the fatal shooting.
She says that the suspect came in running with her gun. I thought you wanted me to do it. And she's like, what, thought you wanted me to do what? So then she came back over here. Found him dead.
I thought he wanted me to do it.
Looks like a code 30, but there's no gun in there, so. Because it looks like
goes up?
The entry might have been, I don't know, it could have been from the top down, but it looks like it's from the mouth out.
What do we got?
He's in there, 10-7.
Okay, but tell me what we know so far.
All we know is that a male suspect ran through the house. She didn't witness anything. She just saw Mel Tenedy run through her house. She got to give a description of him. That's all she knows.
Okay.
There's a casing in there. There's no. Initially, it kind of looks like a Colt 30, but there's no gun in there.
At that point, there were still a number of unanswered questions, and to make matters worse, the armed, desperate, and delusional murder suspect was still on the loose. The officers knew they had a long and potentially dangerous day ahead of them, when to their surprise, a number of witnesses emerged from the darkness in relatively rapid succession.
I mean, we can't have you come in right now, okay?
I live here.
Is there a crime scene right now? Gonna have you wait on the curb, man, but we can't let anybody else over now. It's a crime scene. All right, we don't need you disturbing it, or we're trying not to stay out, so we can disturb it, so we can solve the crime, right? Do you know his name?
Call him Izzy.
Call him Izzy?
Yeah. He was talking about his girlfriend, was talking to him through other people, and he was just... Nope.
See, that's our problem right there. Every time people get doing stuff that's out of pocket and outrageous and weird, you ignore it. You be right there like, oh, that's just them being them. I'm not. I'm finna stare at you. And then once I start, I'll be like, yeah, I ain't tripping. I'm leaving. Or you leaving. It's gonna be one or the other, or you not gonna be around me. I'm sick. That's when I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be at home every day. Oh, nah. I can't do that. Stop letting people play with y'all and y'all peace. Quit being around delusional. Hey, I don't know what was wrong with him, but he was obviously delusional.
I had a feeling that something like this would happen.
Shortly after appearing, the first man said this.
Do you have your lapel cam on?
Yeah, my camera's on.
And this.
Why is there... What are you thinking about?
I'd be more inclined to talk to her as well.
I can't do that, man.
Okay.
He was obviously concerned for his own safety as well as the safety of the other people who had been in the home that night. After all, armed fugitives facing murder charges generally don't take kindly to rats and snitches. Even so, the man eventually opened up and told the officers about Izzy's odd, delusional, and disturbing behavior.
What's going on, man?
He's disturbed.
What do you mean?
He has a no grip on reality. He thinks that people are shapeshifters, and I don't know. He's screwed up in the head.
Do you know Izzy pretty well?
No, I just met him.
You just met him?
Next, Izzy's distraught mother arrives at the scene.
Cindy? We can't let you go in. Hey, I know you need to go. I know you want to go to kind of relax, okay? Can you do me a huge favor? Are you going to go back to your apartment?
No, I want to go to
Okay. Well,
oh my God, my son's alive, right?
can you do me a favor? I know you're going to go to your sister's. Is there any way that you can go to your apartment and get your phone so that you can get in the number? We need to know what happened. Okay, you want to do right for your son. Okay, so we need everyone's help. I know this is a lot to ask right now. Okay.
And later, a man on a skateboard showed up and shed even more light on this case.
Are you close?
Yeah, we're real close.
Okay. Has he ever told you anything about anybody he's had beef with or anything like that?
He's gay and he gets along with mostly everybody.
He gets along with everybody? Okay.
I just found out last week from my tia that he had purchased a gun, and
did he say like it was
no,
protection
he
just because?
He just said, and like I don't know if he just got out of jail.
Just purchased a gun?
Yeah.
You said about a week ago?
But why I found out, I didn't know like when he actually got it.
Okay. I guess figure out what he had said. She had called and
Yeah.
said that your cousin had got into an argument. But I know you said something about somebody taking 2 guns.
Yeah, I guess they both had a gun. The guy Izzy and my cousin had a gun, and they took them away from both of them.
Who took them away?
I don't know.
So there was somebody else here.
I guess they were having a kickback. I don't know the full story. I don't know what was going. Like that's all I was told, and
Okay.
I flew over here as quick as I can.
And then so somebody had taken both guns away.
Yeah.
And then
I guess after a while they gave them back. I guess I don't know how long ago it all happened or what the whole argument was over.
Okay.
My tia just told me to get over here so I could find out what happened, to make sure he's okay. And
While forensic technicians processed the scene, officers blocked off Princess Jean Drive and went door to door to see if anyone knew where Izzy was or why he shot Steven Sanchez. Unsurprisingly, nobody seemed to know anything, and if they did, they definitely weren't talking. The atmosphere around the town was understandably tense in the following days. Residents of Las Cruces were no strangers to crime, but having an armed, desperate, and mentally unstable murder suspect on the loose put the entire community on edge. The police had a warrant for Izzy's arrest and were engaged in the biggest manhunt in recent memory. But in the early going, nobody knew if he was still in the area or if he had left town or fled to a neighboring state such as Texas or Arizona. Whatever the case, a spokesman with the Las Cruces Police Department warned the public that Izzy was armed and dangerous, and that harboring a fugitive could result in serious felony charges. By day 4, Izzy's trail had gone cold, hopelessly cold. But thanks to an anonymous tipster, things heated up shortly after midnight on the morning of Thursday, May the 2nd, 2024.
We got a phone call saying that they saw him in a tan SUV, and then they gave me the description of him.
An officer in the area quickly followed up on the tip. At about 1 a.m., officers spotted Izzy driving a tan SUV along the 200 block of Three Crosses Avenue. Remarkably, he was only about 3 miles or 4.8 kilometers north of the home on Princess Jean Drive, where he had allegedly shot Steven Sanchez Jr. on the morning of April the 29th. The officer immediately did a U-turn and slid in behind the SUV with his lights and siren, trying to pull Izzy over, but Izzy panicked, and instead of braking and pulling to the shoulder, he mashed the accelerator, sped away, and eventually exceeded 80 miles an hour, or 129 kilometers per hour, in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Thankfully, the roads were pretty empty at that hour, but the officer knew that a high-speed chase could cause serious and possibly fatal accidents, and he couldn't risk his own safety or the safety of other motorists who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. With that in mind, he decided to deploy the precision immobilization technique, or what is commonly called a pit maneuver. To put his plan into action, he accelerated, veered toward the SUV, and intentionally rammed one of its rear
Put your hands up! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now!
Even so, that did not mean that he or the other officers who joined in the chase were out of all of which meant he might not go quietly. And the worst case scenario, they knew they might have to resort to deadly force.
Right here, stop. Stop. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. Hands on top of your head.
He walked right out.
Put your hands behind your back.
He got pitted, but he got pitted and got out. I seen him get pitted and take off running.
It's him.
Izzy cooperated, and the officers were able to handcuff him shortly after the tense standoff began.
You run him on ticket or?
Yeah, come on. What's up, big fella? Doing all right?
I didn't do it, man. I know who did it, but I didn't do it. That's good because I didn't even have a chance to speak for myself.
All right, you'll talk to the detective right now.
I left there from. All right, so he's right.
Yeah, you'll talk to the detective right now, boss.
Considering the severity of the charges against him, Izzy looked surprisingly relaxed. In fact, he didn't even flinch when the officers told him he was getting another charge for fleeing.
Hey, but so you know too, you're gonna get another charge for running from me.
I know.
All right, because I was right behind you and you're driving reckless.
I'll take that one.
So I'm gonna tell you right now for that one.
I'll take that one.
Okay, boss.
Because I did. You're right. I did.
All right.
All right.
Well, buddy.
The reason why I left before that shit.
No, you don't have to talk to me right now, boss. It's better you talk to the detective, okay?
I know people are saying that it was me.
shit. I didn't do that shit.
That's why I'm asking. Do you want to talk to the detective or not? Because I have 7 warrants for your arrest, so you're going to jail either way.
I know. That's why. Just to tell her that I didn't do it like that. Like I'm like,
All right. When she comes, she'll talk to you then. All right.
And later, at the Doña Ana County Detention Center, Izzy took the booking process and his hopeless situation with calm demeanor and an air of casual resignation.
Sit down there.
you have some water?
Yeah, I'll try to get you some right now. You have anything in your pockets?
I just have money and I might have a vape. I have money in my sock.
In your sock? Which one? That one? Is that all you have in there?
Yeah, you can tell here.
Do you have any injuries, anything like that?
I was fellas.
Huh? What?
Just bullet wounds on my hand, my leg, and my arm.
When did you get those?
Well, like months ago.
Are they like open?
No, it's just my hand is f***ed up.
Yeah. You have anything in that shoe? Alright, put your shoe back on.
Izzy was charged with first-degree murder, battery against a household member, and 6 counts of failure to appear in court for his previous charges. By then, he was pretty used to being released on bond. We'll never know if he thought he would beat the charges or if he resigned himself to spending the rest of his life in prison. Whatever the case, he pleaded not guilty to each of the charges. During his bond hearing on May the 7th of 2024, prosecutors from the County District Attorney's Office successfully established a disturbing pattern of criminal behavior and convinced Judge Douglas Drigger that he was a danger to the community. This time, Judge Driggers ordered him to be held without bond. After a short trial in the spring of 2025, a jury found Izzy guilty of second-degree murder with a firearm enhancement, which meant that he faced an even stiffer sentence than he would have had he committed the crime without a gun. Unsurprisingly, Judge Driggers handed down the maximum 20-year sentence to be served at one of the state's 4 high-security prisons. We would like to express our deepest condolences to the victim's family. Charges. During his bond...
Man, I thought the judge was finna stand on business. I thought the judge finna stand on... Did he just say 20 years? 20 years, man. Y'all know they were just talking about China learning how to regrow teeth and all that. So in 20, man, y'all not finna play with me. He wasn't surviving. Like, just, it don't make sense to me. There's a lot of stuff in this world that don't make sense to me, and this one of them. Like, it's finna be a lot of inmates who get out of jail in the year 2040, 2060, 2070, and straight be like, oh yeah, I'll live in this world now. Oh my God, I remember I went in as an inmate this year. Now I can age backwards by taking this pill, because by the time they get out of jail, they're going to be able to have all the technology. They're going to be able to age backwards. They're going to, whatever, man, I don't think y'all understand it. It's like jail's time capsule for some criminals. Like, oh man, 20 years, you should have gave him life. He's going to get out in 20, look, he's going to get out in 20 years, be cool for like a couple years, crash out, go to jail again, and probably repeat it until you give him life. With that, well, I'm not finna argue with y'all. I'm not finna argue with people. I'm not finna argue. I just thought about it. I'm not arguing with y'all. For real. Y'all do it. Y'all do it. Y'all figure this out. Y'all figure out all these criminals and wonder why life is the way it is. The judicial system don't make sense to me. But I'm not finna argue with it no more. Y'all figure it out. I'm moving. I'm finna go off the grid. I'm not dealing with it no more. I'm tired. 20 years, I'm like, damn, I think he finna get some time. All right, don't worry about it. Hit that like and subscribe button, dog.